I wrote this a while ago. It's my testimony. When I was just a little kid, I've always been big, called fat and picked on by bigger, older kids who probably thought I was older. But once they knew I was young, they became bolder. Where's my shoulder to cry on? Immature mind, physically ripe for the picking. Perfect specimen for the heckling. Because I was nice to everyone, even if they were mean. But it seemed like the nice guy never won. I always loved movies where the bully got beat up in the end. Where's my big friend with the hand to lend? That's why I became that man with a strong stand and have sworn to defend women and men, boys and girls who couldn't protect themselves as they idly stood by when I needed help. So many emotional burns, too high to count. I'd rather turn this fat to buff and numb my emotions out. The only real words coming out my mouth is, God, I know you'll always save me. No matter how big or old, I know I'll always be your baby. Just like when that car laid me to the ground, going 30 miles an hour. 7 years old, T-boned off my bike, I turned the hood into a V. As the windshield I strike and end up on the street, blacked out. A whole new perspective awakened in me. God has taught me something but never forsaken me. I stood to my feet without one scratch to bleed. God compelled me to believe that I will succeed if I believe in Him. Believing in me, my mom used to say that if I punched the face, they could fall to their grave singing Amazing Grace. After a while, I was like, wait, but Mom, they could hurt me too. She said, you make a good point, son. Protect yourself. Do what you gotta do. Then when I slammed the bully up against the locker and cried for a chance to dance with the biggest head knocker, for everyone to see as he stared real close into the eyes of a beast, baring his teeth when all I really wanted was peace. At least we became friends. It's a shame it took brute force for the bullying to end. At a young age, I liked girls and never knew what to say. With every line, my passion died at friend stage every time. I remember in the 6th grade, a girl called me ugly. She was mad at me for something, but took everything from me. I went home and cried that day and asked God to send me a girl who loves me just as much as I love her, and make this ugly duckling beautiful by 25. I went to college on a full ride for football and realized that beauty resides in the person who's confident in themselves and respects their own views, especially if it's the truth. Everybody else will choose to see it too. Ah, he's cute. Now they're starting to see that there's beauty in me. But now my personality's tainted, because I got what I wanted and thought that I wasted all that time being good. But I didn't think that God would find the girl that I prayed for so soon. She was physically astounding, impounding my every thought in her conversation. She only let our relations go as far as kissing, which had me thinking I was missing the mark. But instead of sexual acts, she was capturing my heart and turned me back to that righteous cat I was before I left college. In the midst of all of this, I poisoned God's gift to me. He answered my prayer, but soggy is my victory. I created despair. Depression digressed me down to the dragon's lair. I became extremely selfish, looking for my next hit. God's gift to me still with me, but my mind is very sick. God's teachings still creeping, keeping me from sinking, love demanding, truth to be set free in. God, what do you say in me? And why you say there's only one God and then speak of 3 entities? I don't want to be a fool. Well, the answer is in the principles. Open your eyes. You live this whole life to learn how to die. The ends must justify the means. Then he proclaimed, God the Father and love have always been the same. God the Son is the truth and is the only way to witness and feel the wisdom in it. that powers the kingdom, which is God's Holy Spirit, whose points are always clean, but not for those who oppose understanding. So I chose to start with honesty. The way I was as a kid is where God always wanted me, in his care. Because I believe, he said, anything aligned with me that you seek, you shall receive. Any problem that you face, let me be your reprieve. Go headstrong into the storm. My job is not to deceive. Ungrit your teeth and breathe. I'll give you what you need and guide you for every step you take. For what you pray, I'll be right beside you. But when you live for me, most people won't like you or your ideals. Most people don't think. They do what they feel. I want you to gain the skill of taming your emotions with your mind, empowering your thoughts with your feelings, coming close to my design. The Alpha and Omega, all will come to see. Every knee will bow, and they will all bow to me.